Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to St. Bernard Acres. This is Wednesday, May 10th. Waiting on the guy from the electric company so we can talk about getting electric out here. Different ideas. I have a different plan. I want to see if they agree whether it'll work or not. But I thought first off, for the new subscribers, I'll show people how I've got power now. This is the barn down here. That's where I'm building all the sections of the house. And I would prefer to have power. For the cabin, I have 1,000 watts of solar. That's all I needed. You know, I have 6 more solar panels in the barn, but they're not needed. So that's why I've only got these 4 up, and they're temporary. And the way I connect them, let me take you around back here. I got my weed eater fixed up enough to weed eat around here while I'm waiting on a new one. Let's see what we got going on. So what happens is, there's my rain catchment, my rain barrels. The solar panels sitting out there come in to this power shed, for lack of anything better to call it. A power shed. And that's everything that runs the power. And the battery bank. But what happens is, it goes out via from the inverter up there. That extension cord comes out. And I installed a 30 amp RV receptacle on the back of the cabin here. That is wired to my service panel inside the cabin. Now, ideally, my goal is the power is going to be situated right over there somewhere. Is going to be my box. I'm going to just make an extension cord. I only need 30 amps. I'll get an extension cord to go from there and just plug in to the back of the cabin. Then I'll have all the electric. The generator is for when I don't have enough batteries or if the power goes down once I'm connected. So I always have power no matter what. And I'll show you what we're going to be dealing with. There's going to be a lot of walking in this video. If we go down my driveway, to my road, not my road, but the road I live on. The township takes care of it. I don't. I didn't have to build my own road. So this property is all owned by a hunting company. And if you come down this way a little bit, again, there's my driveway up to my cabin. So I'm going to head this direction a little bit. And you see like a driveway off to the left there. That goes way back up in there to an oil well that has power. Oh, I hear a vehicle. Maybe that's the electric guy. I might have to cut this short. And if you can see the electric lines down there? I don't know if you can see those or not because it's hard to see on my camera here. But those just running along the ground there. When I talked to the electric guy before, I asked him, I said, how the hell do they get to run that stuff along the ground and I can't? He said, well, I don't know. But what I have to do, the original thing we talked about was all the way down there on the other side of Bobby's driveway. You can see his mailbox there. Is a telephone pole or electric pole with a transformer on it. Across the road is a pole coming off of Bobby's pole. Well, it's not Bobby's, but that's what I call it. And that has a meter on it that runs all the way down to that oil well back there. So, and that's all that's on that meter is that oil well. So when I talked to the electric company back fall, they were talking I would have to go from Bobby's pole there and trench all the way down here, all the way across Bobby's property. So we'd have to clear all out, you know, a line. You can see maybe the white pole there. That's the property line. I don't know if you can see it or not. But I'd trench and bury a line all the way down here. Then up my driveway to the corner there. See the post with the sign on it, maybe? But put a ground transformer there and bury the line all the way down and up the driveway. That's a lot of money. You know, that was $4,600. So in the meantime, the township has come out and used their machine and cut way back on this stuff. So what I propose to the electric company, because I didn't see this before, but when they cut all back, I'm like, where is that electric line? Where is that? You know, I saw it above ground. I don't know what the hell happened to it. Well, guess what? That line is buried from that pole all the way down here to where this hillside kind of washed away over the years and exposed the electric line right there coming out of the ground. So what I propose to the electric company today, and we'll find out whether or not they agree with me or not, I want to have them put a pole right here, actually across from my driveway. Put a pole like right in here. They already have the line buried all the way down the road. If they stuck a pole here, took that meter off of the pole up there, off of that pole, took that meter, put it on a pole here, tied in, run the line up the pole, put a transformer up there, a meter going out to the oil well, and then come over here to my driveway and put a pole up there by the gate, somewhere in there. I'll clear all this stuff out. Put a pole up there and just run a line across to the pole. That has got to be a lot cheaper than all this new line to run and all this trenching to do. You know, poles, I think the last time I talked to them, to put in a pole was like $800. So I'm talking, put in 2 poles and a transformer and run a line over to that pole and drop it down. Give me a construction drop. That's all I need to start with. Then I will trench from this pole to the barn, bury my own line, put a service panel in the barn, and wire the barn up and have electric. And then I could come out of this construction box or put, service panel, put a box below the meter and run a line to the cabin. Then when I build the house, I'll trench a line and run a line to the house. Probably come off of where the barn is and over to the house. But yeah, I think that's a much simpler route to take. Whether they agree with me or not, I don't know. But we're going to find out. I'm supposed to meet him at 1 o'clock. But yeah. So I will come back. I'll turn this off now. I showed you what the original plan was, what my proposal was. After I talk to him, I'll come back on and tell you what he said. Because I need electric. I love solar powered. I love off-grid. I love the idea of being off-grid. But I'm telling you what, and those people that live off-grid and I ain't paying for no electric. I ain't paying the man. I provide my own electric, blah, 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 blah. Well, number one, if you got the money to put that big a system in, good for you. But there are things I like. I like air conditioning. I like a washer and dryer. I can't afford the solar to be able to run all that kind of stuff. And I just don't want the... With that, you got to have generators for backups. You got to have gas. You got batteries you got to buy. We might have an EMP and take the electric grid out. Fine. I'm ready for that. If I have to go without it, I will. But if I have the option... I'm getting electric. And this electric company will let me put all 10 of my solar panels back here, tie them into the grid, and they will give me credit for the energy that I produce, the electricity, and send back to them when I'm not using it. So I should wind up with a net zero bill, because I'll be using those solar panels during the day, and at night, I'll be using their electric. During the day, it will be producing a whole lot more power than what I'll be using. So we'll see how it works out. But yep, that's my plan. Now I'm going to wait on this guy and see what Levi has to tell me when he gets here. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Levi's gone. So my plan didn't work out. It's still $5,000. I was hoping to get it cheaper. I mean, the only good thing is I get most of that back once I have a permitted septic in, and they require a driveway, a house, and you be a resident 9 months out of the year. And we will be, because I'll be living out here. So I don't have to worry about that. So now what I'm going to do, damn it. The problem is he thought that was a brilliant plan, coming off of that pole down there, putting a pole down here, pulling the wire from underground, but they don't own that wire. They own to the meter, and that's it. So they stop at the meter. The company that owns that oil well up there, they own all of this wire. I can't use it. They can't tap into that. So, and that makes sense, because their responsibility stops at the meter. So we're back to having to trench our way over to... I was coming down and going up the driveway up by the cabin, but I can just go to right here. Come from that pole, it's a couple 100 feet probably, to that pole, from that pole, and then we'll put the transformer, ground transformer right here, and then I can run a line up to the cabin up there and trench, to the barn. Because as long as we don't go over 120 feet, Well, they guarantee the voltage to the transformer, to my meter, because the transformer's going here, the meter's going to go here next to it. And then I'll take it from the meter to where I have to go. That'll be all on me. Man, I did not want to have to spend that much money. Christ. Because I look for another part-time job. Now, Alex is paying for half of it. So, fortunately, I only have to come up with $2,500 of it. He's going to come up with $2,500 of it. And we're good to go. But I didn't think about them not owning that. I should have thought of that. Oh well. That's the electric. That's how we're going to make it work. This is Joe out here at St. Bernard. This is Wednesday, the 10th. So it's supposed to rain, or a chance of rain, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I've got to go back into town. I have to work tomorrow night. So I might hit this with the mower again. The riding mower part. I did all around the cabin now. I have this all nice and looking purty. Yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of disappointed, dang it. I really thought I was going to save some money. But, you know, we just live with it, that's all. I'm still going to have it the end of this month or June. It's all going to be electrified out here. I don't know how much wire is going to cost to go from the meter there to the cabin or to the barn. That's probably 200 feet that I'm going to have to go. So I only need 50 amps in the barn. So I got 200 amps at the meter. You know, if I lose some voltage, that's okay. As long as I wind up with 50 amps, I'll be fine. I don't even need that much, really. 30 amps all I need. I'm not running welders and shit. There's some basic tools and some lights. That's all I'm going to need. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to check my mail and come back here and maybe mow some. Appreciate y'all watching. Remember, I'm going to be in the barn live streaming Saturday. Building some more joist sections, floor joists. Now that I know I can live stream from there. So we'll be doing that. But I'll get this up. Later, guys. I'm out.